get to this morning. And, of course, the big story that everyone continues to talk about, President Obama making big news last night by coming out and supporting the building of that mosque at Ground Zero. And this has a lot of people fired up this morning. Listen to the president's remarks yesterday at a Ramadan dinner at the White House.
I understand the emotions that this issue engenders. And Ground Zero is indeed hallowed ground. But let me be clear. As a citizen and as president, I believe that Muslims have the right to practice their religion as everyone else in this country. And that includes the right to build a place of worship in a community center on private property in Lower Manhattan.
So the president there basically doing what his sworn oath duty is to defend the Constitution of the United States. But it's not that simple when you're the president of the United States.
I mean, the way he framed it, he made it sound as though he wants everyone to be clear. He is supporting religious freedom, not necessarily this mosque per se, but of course the mosque has come to the fore because it's a symbol of where religious tolerance starts and stops. So again, this was a Ramadan dinner that the president was speaking at, and it was the perfect time, he thought, to finally weigh into what has become a national, even international controversy about this. Well, it was quick that there were responses to what the president said, and Congressman Peter King, who is against the mosque, came out and said this: President Obama is wrong. It is insensitive and uncaring for the Muslim community to build a mosque in the shadow of Ground Zero. The right and moral thing for President Obama to have done was to urge Muslim leaders to respect the families of those who died and move the mosque away from Ground Zero. Unfortunately, the president caved into political correctness.
Now, the congressman will be on our show tomorrow to talk directly about what the president said last night. But it's not just the far right who's angered here. Again, the polls have showed, our own Fox News Opinion Dynamics, 64% of you think this is wrong to build the mosque near Ground Zero. Another network, a rival network, had 68% saying it is wrong. They do, though, agree with the president on this front, that yes, they do have the Muslims to the right, the legal right. We all recognize the Constitution. We recognize the freedom of religion and the separation of church and state. But as you said, Clayton, it's not that simple. It's not that black and white. You have to acknowledge the insensitivity here. You have to acknowledge the 9/11 victims' families and how upset, how outraged they are at this time.
Right, because I made the point earlier that, you know, to bring KSM or Khalid Sheikh Mohammed right here and say we want to do it at the footsteps of the Ground Zero where this all happened, you're aware of the politics at play when all of this